Fantasy Football Fallout running back edition. We're talking week 3, what happened in week 3, who is projected to score well, who did score well. Then we're going to talk about how that relates to week 4. We're going to give you some waiver wire running back selections. If that's all you care about, click the timestamp below. It will take you right there. And then, as always, I give you my awards of the week, the Nut Kick Player of the Week award. Who kicked you in the nuts? I'll tell you who got me right in the crotch. And I'm also have an I'm Watching You award as usual as well. So let's dig right in. New feature this week for people who followed this series. I am releasing the Rockobot rankings and competing head-to-head with ESPN. See how Rockobot does against the giant, the worldwide leader in sports. But side by side, you can see the projections. As always, the ones in white were the ones the projections got correct in terms of top 10. ESPN's top 10 in order: Kamara, Elliott, Cook, Miles Sanders, Jonathan Taylor, Josh Jacobs, Derrick Henry, Austin Eckler, Aaron Jones, James Conner. Rockobot got Austin Eckler, Jonathan Taylor, Melvin Gordon, Jerick McKinnon, Dalvin Cook, Chris Carson, David Montgomery, Alvin Kamara, James Conner, and Josh Jacobs. So you can see they're pretty close in terms of which ones they got right. The actual top 10 were Kamara, Rex Burkhead. Everybody had Rex Burkhead in the lineup, right? Everybody. Actually, there was about 9% of the people started Burkhead, so congrats to those folks. They must all be Patriots fans. Austin Eckler, James Robinson, Derrick Henry, Dalvin Cook, James Conner, Nick Chubb, Mike Davis, and Jeff Wilson Jr. No, in reality, with James White out, Burkhead kind of steps into that role. There was a mismatch there, pass-catching running back, so there you go. Now, how did Rockobot and ESPN fare this week? You can see all the positions. We're only talking about running back today. ESPN got 5 of the top 10. Rockobot got 4 of the top 10, and then you can see the entire week 3 head-to-head matchup. ESPN edged Rockobot thanks to that defensive 5-4 victory, I guess, at the end there. There are a few people still out on Monday night, so there's still a chance for Rockobot to catch up, but we'll see how that shakes out, and we'll track that in the season tracker below. Okay, now it's time for my weekly awards. The You Broke My Heart, You Broke My Balls award goes to, Rex Burkhead got 10% of the people out there. If you were one of the 10%, hey, congratulations. If you weren't one of the 10%, you were one of the 10% that were playing Rex Burkhead. That one really hurts, man. He really, really came out, had himself a game. James White's going through some personal issues. It sucks for James White. But this one, analytically speaking, you could see that the pass-catching specialist for New England, he was going to jump out. So congrats to Rex Burkhead. Congrats to the Patriots. They exploited that matchup. Another one I considered to put this one to be my heartbreak, but I'm going to give him the I'm Watching You award, is Jeff Wilson Jr. Tevin Coleman, he's on the IR. Raheem Mostert, obviously, he's on the bench with the knee injury. Jeff Wilson is a guy that I said everybody should pick up and play. San Francisco likes to go too deep at running back, but if you refer back to my top 10 rankings, Jerick McKinnon was on that list, and I'm calling foul because 2 touchdowns went to freaking Jeff Wilson, including a screen pass. Such garbage, but that's what Jeff Wilson does, man. When he gets in the game, he scores touchdowns. He has a couple of 2-touchdown games in his career. This is nothing new. You need to keep him on your radar, which brings me to the waiver wire selections this week for running back. I have a few of them. I think there's 9 of them, actually, that warrant roster representation. First of all, I'm listing 2 here that are most likely gone, but I see that Jerick McKinnon and Darrell Henderson are both owned in roughly 2/3 of the leagues. That should be like 100% of the leagues. So if you're in one of these leagues where those guys are available on waiver wire, go pick them up immediately. Myles Gaskin, hey, everybody, this isn't the Miami Dolphins of old. Myles Gaskin can run the ball. Now he's getting... in the power formations, he's getting more snaps. He got some more red zone touches running the ball than usual. They're looping him in more on the offense, and he's rewarding the Dolphins. Now, he doesn't have a lot of room to run, but he has a lot of talent, nice vision, nice hands as well for PPR leagues. You need to get him. I cannot believe he's still available in over half the leagues. It's ridiculous. Carlos Hyde, Chris Carson went down at the end of the game with a knee sprain of some sort. It doesn't look as of now, the news that I have is that Chris Carson, I don't think they're too concerned. They're not worried about ACL or anything like that. Again, as of the time of this recording, but knee sprains, it's nothing to mess around with. Carlos Hyde is already in a running back share. If he's a primary back there, you need to get him rostered. 9.9% of the league owned. Rex Burkhead at this point, keep an eye out for James White as well, obviously, but depending on James White's availability, you might want to plug and play Rex Burkhead. He's going to have value week to week. Sony Michel as well, basically available in 2/3 of the of leagues out there. That's ridiculous. Sony Michel should be rostered. Jeff Wilson Jr., while Raheem Mostert is out, should be rostered. He's a play. He's somebody you could pick up off of waivers. If you're hurting at running back, it's start him right away, and he'll get in the end zone for you more likely than not. Damian Harris, who has been on the IR, now is the time to pick him up. He's only owned in 16% of leagues out there right now. Pick him up. The training camp buzz on him was huge. Especially, with the James White situation going on. There's always flux in New England running backs. Pick him up if you have an injured reserve or injury list or anything like that. Designate him on that injury list, although he might be activated this week. We'll see. And then I just noted a Chicago running back. Chicago's going to make a move. They're a little bit thin in the depth chart, in my opinion, at running back. David Montgomery is not a guy that they want to have play. I'm not saying that he's bad. I'm saying Chicago just doesn't play that brand of football. They're going to want a second running back in there that can catch the football. Keep an eye out. I have a feeling Chicago is going to sign a running back like the Giants did last week in Devonta Freeman. I think it's going to be similar. Keep an eye out. There might be a name that lands there that might make sense. So just, again, keep an eye out. We clean this up later in the week with these plug and plays and the start sits. So keep an eye out for those videos. Once again, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know who got you in the crotch. Did somebody get you? Were you one of those teams that's playing Burkhead and just got nailed with 3 touchdowns? Let me know. Thanks for watching. Check the other positions, and we'll catch you again soon.